Hello, everyone. Welcome to Next Big Future. I'm your host, Brian Wong. I'm going to present shocking evidence that the Tesla Model Y is already the world's best-selling car. This would be hugely impactful because many of the doubters of Tesla, the company, or Tesla, the cars, didn't think that when Elon said Tesla would be Model Y would become the top-selling car in the world, that would happen, and no one expecting that it happened, this soon, this year. And Tesla is continuing to ramp factories, and the two new factories, Berlin and Austin, are just making only Model Y. So any production ramp that they increase to make 300,000 cars, 500,000 cars, they will be primarily making Model Y until they start Cybertruck production, and then there'll be a mix of that. The other reason this is shocking is that the Model Y is almost 3 times the price of the Toyota Corolla, last year's top-selling car, and over double the price of the Rav4. A Corolla sells for $20,000, Rav4 sells for $32,000, and a Model Y sells for $78,000 when you add in various common options. So let's take a look at this. Last year, the Toyota Corolla had 1.1 million in sales. The Rav4 had 1 million in sales. And then the F Series, 860,000. Again, if you go down to the selling price of cars, the F Series are expensive trucks. So the F Series is actually the top selling car by revenue. The Model 3 was at 580,000. But the Model Y has surpassed Model 3 in sales, 52,150 sales in June, double the Model 3. And then I have the other numbers for Berlin, Austin, and then Fremont, totaling about 80,000 vehicles, 954,000. Still short of the 1.1 million, 1 million cars for Rav4 and Corolla for last year. But the Corolla sales are down quite massively for the US and for China, down about 100,000 vehicles in the first half of 2022. Which would put them on pace for an annualized 800,000, 900,000, and monthly numbers would be about 70,000 to 80,000 per month. So if Tesla had 80,000 in June, that puts them pretty much ahead of where Corolla and Rav4 are on a monthly basis. And it's going to get even bigger lead as the factories ramp in Berlin and Austin, going to about 90 to 120,000 per month as it ramps throughout the remainder of the year, starting in August. July won't be there because they're doing a shutdown to increase production in Shanghai and in Berlin. So again, here's the numbers for the Model Y in June in China, well ahead of all competitors for best-selling SUVs. And then here's the choice test-like numbers for Berlin, Austin, and Shanghai. And again, it's showing this increasing pace in Q3 and Q4 for the Model Y in Texas, Berlin, and in Shanghai. Toyota sales are down globally, 6.7%, but the numbers for the Corolla and for the Rav4 are even worse than the overall Toyota numbers. Down nearly 40,000 vehicles for the first half of the year in North America, down 33%, and down 40% in China. Was 121,000 for the first 4 months, only 70,000 for the first 4 months. So Corolla sales are collapsing in China. And of course, down also in Europe. Rav4 is also down in North America. North America buys more of the SUV type vehicles, the Rav4, and you can see that Rav4 sales were down brutally in China for the first 4 months that we know about, and still down in Europe. So all these point to Rav4 and Corolla being 900,000 or less, and monthly numbers being 75 to 80,000, and probably more like 75,000. And Tesla Model Y already at 8,000 and then increasing to well over 100,000. It is possible with a good ramp that annually the Model Y might be able to catch up for an annual sales figure. Again, we'll get those numbers probably in a couple months after the end of the year. So this is that's it for my evidence that the Model Y is already the world's best-selling car, and that will be very clear lead in the last 2 months of Q3 and for all of Q4, and of course, massively dominant in 2023. So thanks for listening, and talk to you next time.